Today I'm at the Brno Ossuary in Brno, Czech Republic. And an ossuary is a place for skeletal remains. Could be anything from a box to a cave, or in this case, a crypt, caverns. Most people are familiar with the Paris catacombs, arguably the world's best known ossuary, containing the bones of over 6 million people. The second largest ossuary in Europe, after Paris, is here at Brno, with 50,000 individuals' remains here. Ossuaries, upon first observation, elicit a few questions, such as, where did all of these skeletons come from? Why are the bones separate from their original skeleton? Who arranged them so artistically? And probably a few others. Most ossuaries are built out of necessity. Many religions require burial over an alternative such as cremation. In areas where space is at a premium, such as in many cities in Europe, this can lead to issues as cemeteries and graveyards fill up, particularly during plagues and wars. In some cases, plots are reused, resulting in a situation like in the Jewish cemetery in Prague. But in dozens of cities, mostly in Europe, many graves are given a temporary status, and after 10 to 12 years of decomposition, the bones are removed and placed into an ossuary, leaving an open plot for a fresh corpse. Oftentimes, this is done en masse, where a dedicated effort is put forth to empty and in some cases eliminate overflowing cemeteries. In one of my other videos on Colma, California, you can see how San Francisco did this about 100 years ago. So that answers the first question. The next question is, why so organized? And I'll answer that with another question. Why not? What's the alternative? Just throw them into a heaping pile of bones? Most likely, the organization was to give some semblance of intent, some dignity and decency in an otherwise macabre affair. Other options can be seen at Sedlec ossuary, where bones have been used as chandeliers, a coat of arms, and even in the signature of the woodcarver hired by the aristocratic Schwarzenberg family, who was supposed to organize the bone heaps of over 400 years of exhumed skeletons. The man took a lot of pride in his work, apparently. Nearby to Brno Ossuary is the Capuchin monastery crypt. Capuchin monks, who consider coffins a luxury, were laid here after their deaths, beginning around 350 years ago. The environment of the crypt led to the bodies becoming mummified rather than decomposing. The extent of Brno Ossuary was only discovered in 2001 during archaeological excavation of the square above. Before that, the only other entrance had last been opened prior to World War II, and it was so full and disorganized that the last skeletons from the 1700s were covering the stairway. The entire crypt was emptied, repaired, ventilated, and reorganized as you see it here today. The bodies here represent over 300 years of life and death here in Brno. Some show markings of violent death. Others miscolored from cholera and plague. All were once inside a living, breathing human being, just like your skeleton's inside of you right now. Something to think about. Thanks for watching. Until next time, get lost.